to give her a minute, she sits down and calls her group of friends, and they go through a list of like 4 or 5 different men on some pros and cons.
Interracial couples on the show and just talk to them about their dynamic.
Yeah, that's fine. We could do that.
I think that. Did we do something? Yes. Yes. Because women have a subculture where they can be back and forth, petty, say these things.
Give you the answer, and I'll give you the answer even though you didn't ask the question. Here's the answer. 1, mixed signals. Women say one thing, but they respect
things that are not so perfect. And when you're in a healthy, balanced relationship, you're coming to know of each other, you will see the good and bad in that.
Why I will no longer be entertaining the male human species.
You get a whole book.
Never keeping promises. 2, never meaning what they say. 3, only being nice to people because they want something. 4, only being nice to women they find attractive. 5, not taking no for an answer. 6, bringing up immediately. 7, pressuring for on the first date. 8, lack of effort. 9, asking me to come over as the first date. 10, poor hygiene. 11, lack of emotional intelligence. 12, lack of financial intelligence. 13, extremely self-centered. 14, extremely misogynistic. 15, going weeks on end with no contact.
Majority of the things that she's talking about, women do them too. They do them more, if I'm being honest. They treat men like garbage. They don't want to talk to guys they don't find attractive. They only want them for their money. They ignore them all the time. Like all these things. They don't have emotional intelligence. Like what the? You're naming stuff that women do all the times too. So men should also not deal with the female species. Plus, why are you on here telling us that? Let alone write a whole page of why you don't want to deal with them. If you don't like them, then just don't deal with them. You don't need to tell us why you're not dealing with them because we don't give a fuck. And as I said before, women are the same way. So there's no reason for you to be on here telling us about how terrible men are when y'all yourselves are terrible.
A man in Atlanta went online and posted that he was homeless, right? And he's looking for a place to stay and resources until he got back on his feet. 1,000 women replied. 1,000. Now, wait a minute. I have so many questions. First of all, he posted pictures, not a resume, not a skill set, not even I can contribute to groceries. Profile pictures, like it's Tinder. What is Ridley? Are these same women that are saying, we don't want no man to go 50-50? We don't want no brokey? Because, baby, you ain't even splitting 50-50. This is 100% zero. Have y'all forgotten that it's cuffing season and these men are looking for someplace warm before it gets cold so that they can lay their head forever? These are going to be the same women crying on the internet in 1 month talking about, I let him stay with me and he stole my car and my air fryer. I'm convinced half of y'all have stopped watching SVU because how does a guy posting for resources and looking for a place to stay end up being, hey, you can come stay with me, king? To top it off, he says he has a clothing line. Somebody needs to get the women of Atlanta some ashwagandha so they can have some mental clarity and focus. Matter of fact, no. Atlanta, log off. Log off.
Go ahead. Let her be with who she thought was better than you. Don't call her. Don't text her. Don't try to remind her what she had. If she saw you, your consistency, your effort, your leadership, and still chose him, that wasn't confusion. That was her decision. So let her stand on it. Don't be the man trying to win back a woman who already compared you to somebody else. That's where you lose respect for yourself. She picked him. She chose that lifestyle. She chose that energy. And she chose that outcome. So let her experience all of it. You don't interrupt lessons that God is teaching her about you, okay? Because what she thinks is better right now is usually just new. More exciting, but less disciplined, less structured. And until reality hits her, until she realizes he can't lead her, he can't ground her, he can't give her what you were given, and suddenly you make sense. But listen, by the end, you're not gonna be there because you don't circle back to someone who needed to lose you to value you. If you were solid, consistent, and real, you didn't lose her. She lost access to you. Now lock in, build yourself, do what you need to do because the woman meant for you won't need to compare you to another man. She will recognize you and she's gonna move right the first time.
If you pay attention, most relationships are kind of What do you mean by that?
I think I've seen one relationship in my life where the relationship's really on the guy's terms and not the woman. Men make small concessions for their girlfriend, and just they end up living where she wants to live. They end up doing what she wants to do.
I'm definitely guilty of that.
Girls are just always going to freak out more than the guy and be more unhappy or whatever. And then men just make slow concessions over time, and then they're basically enslaved to her emotions.
What you do?
One night stands, I just said that. I don't like commitment. I don't do no motherfucking.
I know their father's proud as hell, but let's get into it. I cannot count how many times I heard girls asking, where are all the real men? All the real men are either deceased or in jail. Yet, this is what we have to pick from. Why don't men want to be in relationships no more? Why are men scared of commitment? Why don't men want to be married anymore? Why aren't men chasing women anymore? If that option is poo-poo, and that option is doo-doo, and that option is shh, well then why am I pick? Why am I going to be committed to any of them? For what? You might as well just huck them and chuck them. On to the next, like Jay said.
A lot of times we don't talk about how women date their sons. And single mothers oftentimes do everything but their sons. And that's the reason why I say, a single mother is a fuckboy factory. And the reason why I say that is because it's not that a fuckboy can't be birthed from a two-parent home, although it is, it's an abnormality, it's an anomaly of sorts that you would encounter a significant amount of subpar men that have been raised in destructive two-parent homes. But single women become so emotionally dependent upon their children, specifically their sons, that they will convince themselves that they don't need a man until they encounter the space from being alone to genuinely being lonely. And now we're having to deal with the imbalance that was set in the household because this boy is not your son, he is your man. When you want to cuddle, you go lay down with him. When you want some.
The number one reason why men don't pursue women like that anymore, particularly in the age group of 18 to 30, is why I'm gonna text some woman only for her to text me back an hour and a half later after getting the Mario coins knocked out of her. Okay? I'm not the one. I ain't the one. The one who get played like a poop butt. See, I'm from the streets. I'm not about to text you getting the Mario coins knocked out of your. No, the way these women easily, I'm not about to text and chase no down. There ain't no way. I'm about to chase after a woman, throwing her around the city like they be doing it. No.
And what be throwing a lot of these modern women off is that men don't really say a whole bunch of anything. They just leave. They just stop talking to you. And then that's why you see modern women on Instagram and on TikTok. Well, what happened to the good men? Well, what happened to this? Where are the single guys hanging out? That's why they just stop saying stuff. They just stop talking. It's really how it goes. I'm not doing no whole big old speech. I have a dream and all that other nonsense. No post, no explanation. That's gone. Out the way. And you can't find them. In Home Depot looking stupid. In Lowe's looking dumb. Going to these cocktail lounges and all that stuff. Trying to get in the man's space. Now you look like an idiot.
I remember one time I told a guy I missed him, and he actually responded and said, if you miss me, send me some money.
Wow. That is crazy. I cannot believe that men haven't been doing this the whole time. What have we been doing, fellas? If they want to beg, let's beg too. We all can be begging out here. If they can't beat them, let's join them is all I'm trying to say.
It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it.
Men are confused about what being, in my opinion, a real man should be. And they're trying so hard to project images of strength and, power and all these things. They're drowning in it. They're completely drowning in it. And for me, what being a man is, and some of the best men I know in the world are able to be vulnerable and are able to be soft and are able to show that they're brave and strong in other ways. It's not, overt shows of strength and being a breadwinner and earning loads of money.
The stereotypical bollocks.
Yeah, exactly. This alpha male thing. That's the problem, if you ask me. Mm-hmm. It's this alpha male movement that's gaining pace, and I think it's the polar opposite of what a man should be. But unfortunately, it's getting so much airtime, and it does make me a little bit scared.
Ladies, what are we doing wrong? We have to be doing something wrong. Something is not right. Because I have men in my inbox, on my messages, on everywhere, telling me that they do not want to be in a relationship because they choose peace. They chose being alone and being peaceful than being in a relationship with a woman, because all we do is cause drama and we nag and all these things, all the reasons.
Why should it blow your mind? In fact, I think you're asking the wrong question. Instead of asking women, ladies, what are we doing wrong? You should be asking men, what are we doing wrong? And then we'll give you the answer. And I'll give you the answer even though you didn't ask the question. Here's the answer. 1, mixed signals. Women say one thing, but they respond to another. They swear they want you to be clingy, up in their face, intentional, but when you do that, they don't respond well. They ghost you. Instead, women actually respond better to being breadcrumbed. Trust me, I know. Other thing is, women are ungrateful. You guys don't appreciate. You feel like you're entitled to everything. Another thing, no reciprocity. So now if I do something for you, you won't do anything in return. And you expect it. You consider everything we do the bare minimum, but guess what? You have no bare minimum for yourself. And this is why I think men would rather be alone, because women have high standards for us and low standards for themselves. And honestly, it's just a bad deal overall.
Are men unattracted to independent women?
No. Just mad annoying when you make being independent your entire personality. Because those independent women are just average adults. Oh, you make your own money? Cook your own food? You do your own laundry? Wow, you're the average adult man. Like, you don't see a bunch of men going around saying, we're such independent men. How cringy would that be? So yeah, have fun listening to Cardi B or Billie Eilish or Taylor Swift or whatever. That's tough.
If she respond to this DM, boy, you up. She took your pictures off her gram, y'all broke up. First she love you, then she block you, boy. The remix, you know what?
That's why I always say that, like, guys and girls cannot just be friends. Do you feel like guys and girls can be friends?
At a very limited capacity.
I receive that. What does limited mean?
I'm not gonna tell you can't never talk to another dude, right. But I'm your only real male friend. Anybody else is distant. Like, I'm not trying to hear you, me and so-and-so are going to hang out. What?
There ain't no way. The way I would be snatched up, the way I would be single.
Yeah, it's and for the people that say, okay, well, that's controlling.
Do you think it's controlling?
I don't think it's controlling. I think it's respect.
I think so too.
Discipline. I don't think it's controlling. Not to me. And I may do some controlling stuff, but I wouldn't put that in the box as controlling. I think that's just common sense.
I think so too. Because why? What does that person bring? Now, that being said, I think we can have friends that are single, but one-on-one, this is just my friend. That's crazy to me. Mm-hmm. Me and just this person, that's crazy to me. You and just some female, like going to dinner. For what? I'll be damned.
For what?
I don't understand.
Who paying?
You better go Dutch, because baby, ain't no way. I think for me, what I've learned is that's why you have to choose a person that thinks the same way as you. Because I couldn't be with no man that was like, I have all these female friends. Where? Why? For what? You gonna have me feeling a type of way? I've even told my girlfriends, and you can ask any of them in my Soul Sister Goddess tribe, I always say, y'all will never be friends with my man, ever. Y'all be cordial, you gonna know each other, you gonna get along well, but my man's friend? Like, he's calling you and talking to you on the phone? No. For what?
And I would have one too.
I'm looking for Mrs. Bubblegum. I'm Mr. Chico. I wanna cause you so thick.
A lot of these brothers out here, man, these modern women, they playing games. These brothers then slam the door shut on foolishness, then slam the door shut on drama, and slam the door shut on chaos. Silliness. That's all these modern women are, silly. Saying stupid stuff. You can't do nothing with them, man. I'm telling you. You can't do nothing with them. They don't have any common sense. They act silly, they cut up with you, they throw an attitude, they catch an attitude, every way, for no reason. You can't do nothing with them.
Y'all know, like, men are like human, right? Like, we're humans with emotions and feelings and needs before we're men, right? Like, we like the male equivalent of flowers. We love when people compliment us. Like, we love when people pour into us as well. We love to be spoiled just like y'all. Like, the way some of y'all talk about men, or the way I talk about wanting to treat men, is very dehumanizing. Like, y'all reduce us down sometimes to, like, either what we potentially could provide or our roles. And it's very, like, disgusting in a way. Like, I understand that a lot of people feel the way they feel towards men because certain men in their lives have hurt them, but it's like, how are you gonna let somebody else treat you like trash, and that in turn made you become trash? Because a lot of the opinions and a lot of the ways you guys talk about men as a whole, as if that's a true perspective on men as a whole, is very trash. And I don't know, man, it just sucks to see, because, you know, while you're sitting over here sad and messed up about how this person treated you and you've allowed them to dictate your whole perspective, it's like, whenever the right type of people do come by that potentially could love you in the right way, you're not even going to be able to receive them. And you know, the same thing could be said for men too, because I'm realizing this whole gender war thing, this thing where they got men and women arguing over boom, 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 it's all just a tool used to keep us engaging in the algorithm and not engaging with each other. Because the ultimate goal should be for us to have unity, for us to love each other, for us to come together and build some amazing relationships and universes. But we can't do that if we're sitting here arguing about why men doesn't deserve X, Y, Z, or why women are X, Y, Z. It doesn't make sense. So, like, I don't know, but, like, y'all gotta let that go. Or don't. I just know I'm not none of y'all who talk like that. No cap.
Girls always take credit for a dude when he's like the best, right? It's always like, behind every great man, there's an even greater woman, but you never hear behind every man that committed atrocities is an even more atrocious woman. Like Hitler's girlfriend, she sort of gets off the hook, you know what I mean? I was saying if she existed right now, she would have like a blog about how to spot dating a narcissist. Eva Braun would have a podcast with Anne Frank about how they're both victims.
Men never picked a woman that did so much for them.
Shut up. Shut up. Yes, we do. I'll give you 3 famous black examples. Michelle and Barack, she sacrificed her career. He picked her. Denzel and Pauletta Washington, she sacrificed her career. He picked her. She even paid for the first date. Well, she paid for the cab. I don't know if it was the first date, but I'm for sure she paid for the cab. LaTanya and Samuel L. Jackson, she sacrificed a whole lot. I don't know if y'all know this or not, but Mr. Jackson, our favorite uncle, one of the highest grossing actors of all time, was a crackhead. And guess who stayed by his time doing this? Guess who stayed by his side during this time? Was his wife, LaTanya. This is why y'all can't be speaking on man's love, because y'all don't know what it really is. And I'll help explain it to you. Most times men love out of indebtedness. That's why men have such long-standing friendships with guys from elementary school. It's men who can ask me for thousands of dollars because they gave me a 50-cent cake. Because I'm forever indebted, because when I was at my lowest, when I was my hungriest, it wasn't the amount that he gave, it's the fact that he gave to me when I was at my lowest. So how can I not give it to him when I'm at my maximum? We love out of indebtedness. There's people I owe meals to who have fed me one time. If I ever see them out, I'm gonna take care of their meal. Most times I like her takes, but this was a bad one. This was a bad one. But you know, I'm here to help.
The sun came out. I went about a drop top, party on the block. Looking like a car lot, fucking on thoughts. Sticking in the soft spot, coming at the top. Looking like skybox. Ooh, I got us all hot.
If a woman approaches a man first, a lot of men will accept, not necessarily because they are interested in you, but because you stroked his ego by initiating things and you made yourself available right away for him, and maybe you were just something to do at that moment. Put it this way, if you give a dog a bone or a treat, they're almost always going to take it because it's right in front of them. Even if they're not hungry or if they're not interested right now, they're probably going to take it anyway. I believe a woman can open the door and can give a man an invitation obligation to ask her out, but should a woman ask a man out? No, not in my opinion. I firmly believe the man should approach you, he should pursue you, and he should lead, especially in the early stages of dating. That's just what masculinity is, in my opinion. Letting the man do those things helps reveal his true level of interest in you.
Let me ask y'all a question, and this is gonna catch you off guard. If a woman will wage war, if a woman will try and destroy her child's father, can she love her child?
Wow. Can she? She doesn't.
If a woman will go out her way to work with a system that's going to make her child's father life impossible to be productive, can she love her child?
No.
Because we know she don't love herself, because who you got a child with is a reflection of you. If you wage war against the other parent, you can't love the child.
When things have been peaceful for 3 business days and she suddenly hits you with a be honest question, that's exactly when a man knows his peace has ended.
Oh my God, 500 likes in 10 minutes? This photo is blowing up. Look, babe, even your friends are commenting. Don't I look good?
You look available.
Excuse me? I look confident. Why are you always such a hater?
Confidence is silent. Seeking validation from strangers is loud and desperate.
It's just a photo. Everyone posts stuff like this. It makes me feel good.
If my attention isn't enough, then the world can have you.
What does that mean? Are you breaking up with me over an Instagram post?
I don't compete for what is advertised for free.
You're being ridiculous. It's just likes.
Enjoy the likes, Maya. A queen moves in silence. Only a jester performs for the crowd.
And a lot of these modern women, I think one of the most frustrating things is they continue to change the rules. They continue to move the goalposts. Like I say in some of my other comments, they like to live in nuance. They like to live in a gray area where they can pretty much do whatever they want to do, whenever they want to do it, however they want to do it. And a man is just supposed to smile and it's, oh, no, babe, you're okay. No, you're not okay. You're an idiot. Stop doing that. Stop doing that.
Well, in case anybody was wondering, we fought for equal rights, equal opportunity, not equal roles.
Equal opportunity means equal rights, equal accessibility, equal responsibility. That also means equal roles. Chivalry does not exist in the shadow of equality. You cannot have both. You have to either be seen as a protected class or as the same. You cannot have both.
We did not want to become a man. Men still have to do what men must do.
And if men are supposed to do what men are supposed to do, then women should do what women are supposed to do, right? And if that's the case, then what is the point of fighting for equality, anything at all? Right? You want men to do what men are supposed to do. So we want women to do what they're supposed to do. You can't tell me what to do. Then you can't tell us what to do. Sounds fair.
We might need to start being nicer to the boys, because where are the boys at in the snowstorm? The amount of women I have seen online shoveling snow, breaking ice down, defrosting ice. Y'all, I done seen married women out there in boots and shovels, shoveling snow. Where are the boys? Like, men, please. Are y'all mad at us? Do we be talking too much stuff online? Like, what is it? Because I know I be going in sometimes, but you know. When did us women become blue-collar workers? What are we going to be doing next? Laying drywall?
I think it's funny that women don't see that they may need to be nicer to men until they need men to do some sort of physical labor. That's when they finally have this epiphany that they need men. And like in this video here, this young lady is saying, hey, what's going on with all the men? Did we do something? Yes. Because women have a subculture where they can be back and forth, petty, say these things, name calling, and then cry and have a kumbaya moment and come back together. Men don't work that way. Oh, you're independent, you can be by yourself. Okay, gotcha. We heard it for 10 years. You're gonna be doing that for the next 10 years. We don't care if you want to renegotiate this social contract. We don't care. Men aren't as quick to forgive, as quick to go back, but women don't understand this dynamic. That's why I think social media is such a problem for the male-female sort of romantic relationship, because this meshing of men and women's culture, men are viewing what women are doing as terrible, and women don't understand that what they're saying and doing online has repercussions. Why do you think nobody shows up to dating events? Because there's women on social media, TikTok in particular, demonizing men who go to dating events. So men see it and we don't attend.
Black women market ain't the same as the black man market. It's just not.
What do you mean?
Like black women ain't accepted in all the cultures.
Yeah, I can understand that, but you'll be surprised.
Because how we are perceived, like how black women are perceived to other races, they're like,
Yeah, they think that about y'all too. You just don't realize that. Trust me. They think that about y'all too. They mess with y'all because you have certain stuff, but when you get into that family for real, they don't like you either. I promise you that. I've seen it firsthand. Trust me.
They one situation.
I've seen so many situations. They do not like y'all.
You know what we need to do for this show? We need to bring on we need to bring on like different couples, interracial couples on the show and just talk to them about their dynamic.
Yeah, that's fine. We could do that.
And what's the ins and pros and cons and what y'all hurdles that y'all face being
we could start with my mom and dad.
You know, that y'all, face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot that go into it. Like, like culturally, what you like to do and what you like to do, what you like to watch, What religion are you?
Again, like I said, I think
that a lot of hurdles when
you are saying black women aren't as accepted, and I get what you're saying, but neither are black men. You just think you are. It's not the same.
No, it is not. No, we are.
You're not accepted. That's a delusion if you think that other races accept you.
Where can we
Black women can go everywhere too.
You can't go to China.
I've been like, yeah, you can. What are you talking about? You know that my homegirl.
I really need people to understand the importance of a father in their child's life. And I really don't think people take this as serious as it is, because it really creates the society that we have today. Me personally, if I had the choice, I would still be with my baby daddy today. But because of certain circumstances, that was a no-go. Two-parent households mold a healthy child, especially if those two parents know how to work together, know how to communicate, and they're both healthy. Even if you did not have a two-parent household, that father should still be in that child's life. If that father is not in that child's life, boy or girl, it can cause major issues, and I'm about to talk about it. A woman cannot raise a man. Only a man can raise a man. And women do not know men like they think they know men. You cannot teach your daughter how to protect herself against men and how they move. Only men can protect their daughter from dealing with certain things when it comes to men. I don't care what personal issues that you have with your baby daddy. It has nothing to do with you. Regardless if you do not like that man or not, regardless of what that man has did to you, that man has a large importance in that child's life. You need to put your pride to the side, put your ego to the side, and put your personal feelings to the side, and allow that father into that child's life, because it causes issues in the future, and that child will go out into society and it will cause major issues. Anytime anybody pisses him off, he reacts off of emotions, and how a man reacts off of emotions is not healthy and it's not safe. Without the father in his daughter's life, you have a girl that is running around who does not understand her value, who does not know how to maneuver around certain men, who does not know how to choose her man. That's not what you want. Now you're creating broken homes, and we need to stop the broken homes. Moral of the story: if you don't have kids now, or if you had your kids and you decide to have more kids, choose your partner wisely. I understand sometimes you can have a partner and you don't understand how they are until you have a baby. After you have a baby, sometimes that man changes or that woman changes. Take your time, really. Take years on years before deciding to have a child with that person, because it's very important. You should not be running around here having kids with just anybody. You're causing issues in society. It's bigger than what you think it is.
Hell yeah.
Is this live? Is this live?
Oh.
I'm gonna kill you.
Here's why DNA tests should be mandatory after you give birth. I work at a healthcare facility, and I had a mom bring in her paperwork for her child's birth certificate, right? I go through it and I let her know that she left the father's name blank, and just to avoid any surprises, I let her know when she gets the birth certificate, obviously the father's section is going to be blank. It's only going to be her name on the birth certificate. She then is like, oh, well, can I still get child support? I let her, I told her no, because there's no name there and whatnot. And, and I let her know what she would need to do after the fact. She then tells me to give her a minute. She sits down and calls her group of friends, and they go through a list of like 4 or 5 different men on some pros and cons type to figure out who of these men would be the best option to be the father.
Oh.
I guess they couldn't come to a decision or whatever. She comes back to me. She's like, oh, well, can you just put my birth certificate to the side and I'll do it once I decide. Ma'am, this isn't layaway. What?
Deciding who to put in position, like y'all put y'all fantasy draft picks in position. Absolutely disgusting and unsavory work. But shout out to her. There's women like her that agree that they should be mandatory at birth. But of course, there's hyenas out there that don't think so.
I just got told to put on a shirt at Planet Fitness over my sports bra. Mm-hmm. And the reason, and it was a female manager as well. And the reason she gave me was that they would like to keep their respect and that there's a lot of guys in the gym.
More and more gyms should be doing this. You're not at your house. Why are you in the gym in a sports bra? You're there to work out, yeah? Yep. Why are you there half naked? And then you're offended because she says you have to cover up because there's other people at the gym. Yes, there's guys there and you're making them uncomfortable, so put some clothes on. You wouldn't fail to record them or report them if they were staring you down simply because you were half naked. So if the female manager, and you said female manager as if she shouldn't tell you to cover up because she's a female. If the female manager tells you to put some clothes on because there's other people there, put some clothes on. Or how about don't go to the gym half naked?
You got a lot of guys out here protecting their peace. Protecting their peace, getting away from foolishness. A lot of these modern women found that out real fast. Well, honestly, it took them a little while because they still catching on. They really don't understand, hey, these men were not playing with me. When he said he did not want anybody coming in, tearing up his house, creating chaos and keeping up drama, all that other foolishness, he was serious about that. And I guess I didn't understand that, but I do now. I know. You act like you couldn't hear him the first time, but when he kindly said, hey, I would like you to leave, that was the end of it.
Hot take, but I am a single 40-year-old woman. I have not been on a date in almost a year, and the longer I go without going on a date, the less I want to go on a date. My fellow older single women, we're talking 40 plus. Let me know if I'm alone here, because something about being older and being so comfortable with yourself and your own company and valuing your peace so much, I feel like I would just have to be so interested in someone to even entertain the idea of disrupting that. Let me know if I'm alone here, because I don't think I am.
So she came over to hang with me and she started breaking all my for no reason. She drank 2 Long Islands and can't handle it. She been hitting me, abusing me. Look at the TV, she broke PS5, everything. Throwing in my, still hitting me. Still hitting me. Hitting me with a phone. China!
I thought you hit me!
Still hitting me.
So why am I showing you this? Because we need to stop pretending that it is impossible for men to be the victims of female perpetrators in DV situations. It is my understanding that all of this occurred because he did not want to continue seeing her because she had a new boyfriend, and so she completely lost it. And it is also my understanding that nothing was done about this from the police. People really think it's simply a man's world and they just get off scot-free and enjoy a very easy life, but he's not being compensated for any of that damage. He just has to eat all of that. Not to mention the bruises, the psychological damage, the emotional damage, the trust issues. People in the comments were even like, whoa, she said that you hit her. Like, dude, are you kidding me? We all saw the same same thing here, right? We all saw that she had the ability to leave at any point and instead continued kicking the crap out of his TV, wailing the crap out of his head. I'm sorry if his hand went out at one point to try to stop her. I think he's allowed to do that, no? Dude, people were also like, you should have left. It's his house. She should have left. She saw that he was filming and still continued to act that way. So I don't think she gets to be mad that that video is now out exposing exactly the kind of person she is. We need to start taking male victims a lot more seriously because ignoring it is just enabling this kind of behavior. Male victims deserve support too.
Ladies and gentlemen, a young lady tweeted and said that, has anybody noticed that men are no longer persuasive to women? They will ask you out on a date. If you say no, that's it. Why is that? Well, I'm not single. I'm very much married, but I'm speaking for all of the single men out there. Because anything beyond a no is called harassment. Y'all have driven it into the ground. Men have not forgotten the Me Too movement that scolded the earth. They was throwing brothers in jail left and right. When I say brothers, I mean men in general, okay? So with all the Me Tooing going on, if you look too hard, you ended up in jail. So that's the safest bet. Hey, do you want to go out? Nope. Well, let me get that on out of here as quickly as I can. Ain't nobody trying to go to jail, mess around with y'all. All that, baby, come on, girl. You know what I mean? I just that ain't no. It's too many of y'all. It's too many women who will say yes. That's why ain't nobody wasting time. You done said no. Mess around and have your ass in handcuffs. That, remember how Martin was acting on a thin line between love and hate, showing up to your job, sending you flowers and all that. No. That will get you locked up nowadays. And it ain't changing. Don't complain about it because that's what y'all wanted. Ew, he harassing, but nah, don't nobody, well, you mess around and be a offender and have to pee in the cup for the rest of your life behind you liking somebody. No. Ain't nobody trying to go to jail messing with y'all. So if you see somebody that you find attractive and he asks you out, you better say yeah. You better don't play. Don't play. If your goal is to get married and have some kids with a nice man, if he come along and say, hey, you know, my name is such and such, so and so, I think you're beautiful, you might, want to go out sometime. If you actually want to go out with him, damn it, you better say yeah. Cause hey, this is it. What Eminem says. You only get one shot. Mom spaghetti.
I was just sitting here thinking about how I went to singles night at church and it was hundreds. I mean, at least 1,000. First I thought it was 500, but the pastor said it was 1,000 singles in attendance. Like, are we all living the same life at this point? Because I've never been in a room with that many single people, even though that it was even, I thought I was like the only one left. I mean, beautiful women, all types, shapes and sizes, literally African-American women. Like a room full of singles. And I'm like, this has to be an experiment. Like, this has to be like a simulation. Is that the word I want to use? I think so. Like, I'm confused and I'm like low-key, like nervous. Like,
I'm not.
We're shitting myself, y'all. Because where are the men? Where are the men? Then again, never mind.
Men are finally realizing that we need to work on prioritizing ourselves first and then everything else will follow. Especially when you got women nowadays, especially within my culture, they want to be more masculine. They want to be the leaders. So this is what you're going to start to run in more. It's going to be more single women, especially when they're not willing to get on a man's program that is born to ultimately be a leader. Women are not born to lead. So y'all need to stop watching all this fairy tale TV stuff and get to really paying attention to how real life really is and get out of La La Land and get away from this feminine culture and maybe get back to somewhat leaning more towards the traditional culture and maybe we can try to meet in the middle again. But at this point, I feel like men just feel like it's just a waste of time and energy when they can be putting that time and energy on just bettering themselves, and just hopefully once they get to a point in their life, they can just start attracting the people that they want to attract, because they worked on becoming the person that they needed to be to attract these type of people. So yeah, I think that's what it is. Men are just finally realizing that they might as well just spend that time working on themselves.
The faster the man wants to pursue you and marry you, the more toxic kind of a person he is. My darling, let me give you a relationship tip and change your life forever. I'm not saying every single man who has rushed into a marriage with a woman is toxic, but nowadays, in today's modern world, we are seeing more and more cases of such men who will rush into a relationship with women and then slowly open up their masks of toxicity and narcissistic behavior. So if a man is suddenly pursuing you, is, showing you all the love, he's perfect according to you, and it's too good to be true, please be wary that it might be too good to be true. He might be just doing an act to please you, to put you in his cage and conquer you. And when you have put down your guard, he will treat you nastily, cheat on you, disrespect you, and trap you in that marriage or relationship. So all my darlings watching this, all the women, all the ladies, this message is for you to go with your instinct, to go with your gut feeling. If a man is too good to be true, then you need to realize something is going wrong. Something is not right. Because every human being, not just a man, a woman also has many things that are not so perfect. And when you're in a healthy, balanced relationship, you're coming to know of each other, you will see the good and bad in that. One person can't be perfect, like, oh my God, they're 100% my dream man. There's nothing like that. You will still have 2 or 3 things you're like, oh, up and down. And that's what a normal human being is. If that man has a facade of him being perfect, of him treating you like a princess, treating you like a queen, just from the minute you guys saw each other, you didn't even know each other before, that is weird. That is a sign of love bombing to a great extent, my darling. And later these men go on to do nasty tactics like marry you, baby trap you, make you pregnant, and then cheat you. Do other very nasty things, give you kids and responsibilities, and then you do take care of the whole household, you take care of the kids, you take care of everything, and he is cheating with other women on a regular basis. So you got to realize these men do this because they want to conquer you and destroy you. Again, not all men. I know men who have married quick, early, young, and they love their wife, they treat their wives really well. So I'm telling you ladies to go with your instincts. See what you feel. Don't just go by his words, go by your gut feeling. See what is he doing? Why is he doing suddenly? Do some background research, and it's okay, my darling. It's better to do some background research and know about the man than to be trapped in a absolutely toxic marriage or relationship.
I'm 26 and I'm unmarried, and my father just sat me down to tell me that my time is up. And it's kind of crazy because that guy, for a while, I was thinking how grateful I was for having a father who was so progressive, because he would sit down and tell me that I could chase my dreams and be whatever I wanted to be. And also, it's jarring to realize that your father is misogynistic. Your father, who has a wife and 2 daughters, is misogynistic. And it comes in different ways, it manifests itself in different ways. And it's been that way since I was a baby. I've always been told to be more ladylike. I've always been told to be more like a woman, to be less like a man, to stop doing guy things, to stop acting like a boy. And it would be as simple as just wearing sweaters, I wasn't even that much of a tomboy growing up. I just liked wearing clothes that were comfortable. And this has been a majority of my upbringing, where I have had a mother and a father who had issues with how I presented myself in society. And it's, I don't know, it makes me confused in a way.
She's saying her father, who, number one, is married to a woman, Number 2 has 2 daughters and is most likely still helping contribute. If he's not, then he's probably willing to, right? He cares. He all of a sudden is a misogynist because he's concerned that you may regret not marrying in your future. I disagree. I don't only think that that's wrong. I think that what he is doing is right. And people don't like to be honest about how certain families and cultures produce more marriageable children, individuals who are more compatible within marriage. It happens just like this. The way that you raise up your children based on the values that you have, that you try to instill in them, in many cases, they will adopt a good amount of those. Does that mean that they won't become their own people? Does that mean that she can't say, hey, you know what? I actually don't desire marriage at all? No, of course she can say that eventually, and that's okay. Everybody's allowed to choose the path of life that they would like to.
Men don't change through criticism. They change through affirmation. This is what I would do if I were you and you had a fallout with your husband. What you're going to do is you're not going to answer back. You're not going to retaliate. You're not going to get angry or frustrated or get emotional. You're just going to leave it. You're just going to leave it, okay? And then when you get home or when you get a moment, you're going to spend some time on your own in prayer. And first of all, you're going to have a cry about it. You're going to cry to the Father and say, I'm upset because this is what he did or said or whatever the case. This is how I feel. And then once you've got that out of your system, you're going to pray to the Lord. You're going to ask him to make corrections accordingly. And then there's a couple of things that are going to happen. There's 3 options of what's going to happen next. Option 1 is that after you've done this, you forget about it. You don't even think about it. It doesn't cross your mind. You never think about it again. That's because it wasn't a big deal. And maybe you overreacted, and maybe he overreacted. It's got nothing to do with your characters. Maybe you were tired. Maybe you were hungry. It's done. It doesn't matter. It's forgotten. The other 2 things is either you're going to get corrected or he's going to get corrected. So you might get corrected. A few days might go by and you might think, actually, I overreacted or I shouldn't have said that and I owe him an apology. You might be corrected in some way. Or he'll get corrected and he'll come to you and apologize. Now, the best thing about this is that it leaves no room to fester any bitterness, any anger, any frustration, because that tends to be what builds up in relationships, is that you don't bring God into it. And so you end up festering and getting frustrated, and these layers build up. And the more the layers build up, the more doors there are open to the enemy, and you don't see each other clearly anymore. So this means that all gets removed. And then there's correction. Now, the other good thing is that, I've done videos on this saying, do not correct your husband. It still applies. Do not correct your husband. Not because he's without fault, but because it's not your job. It's his job. And he'll do it better than you. It's not for us. We are to see the men that God sees, the man that he's becoming. We have to stay focused on that. So you will see the king in him that no one else sees. And so it's your responsibility to speak that life into him, because you speak the king into him, the king will develop in front of you. But if you constantly criticize, the king can't develop. So it's your role as the wife to speak life into him. And then when he needs correcting, that's the father's job.
And men quit all this foolishness, all this simping. They quit all the investing in a woman. I think there was somebody talking about, it was Lauren from Lauren Fit. I think I can't remember, Get Fit with Lauren or something like that. But she was talking about when women fall in love, it's cute. When men fall in love, it's stupid. It's dumb. And essentially what she was talking about was, you start spending money you don't have. You start buying her things. You basically lose yourself. And that's true in a lot of situations. Because men, they want to be respected. They want to be liked, especially by the person that they really care for. And they just let a lot of stuff go, a lot of boundaries and stuff like that. They don't uphold that standard. And now this time, these men are saying, you know what, I'm not going to continue to invest in somebody that disrespects me, somebody that don't really like me, somebody that don't really treat me like I should be treated, put me in the friend zone when they know good and well I done them right versus what that idiot over across town was doing. Okay, that's cool. I'm gonna start doing my own thing, investing somewhere else.